Alright. What are we gonna do? What is my 3 points? Movie kinda boring. Cinematography was neat. It's kinda good. Okay. Hail Mary is a film which newly came out this weekend. It's a film starring Ryan Gosling and Sandra Huller, directed by Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, if I remember the names correctly. It's a space movie about a scientist which goes to space to save planet Earth from a dying sun, basically. The sun has been infected by some kind of cell or something, and they're trying to find out how they can solve this problem, in a sense. The film in itself is not bad. It's pretty well paced, I would say, even though I had some real pacing issues between the second and third act, especially towards the third act. I was like kind of feeling the drag of the pace. But what keeps you invested most of all is the cinematography from Greg Fraser. Just from the very first minute of the film, you feel that you're in capable hands, and it's a very interesting movie to look at. And it made me think throughout watching it, if you remove this layer of beautiful cinematography and especially the creature design as well, how they make it so adorable and really well played. If you remove these things and Ryan Gosling's charisma, you're left with a pretty nothing script, for me at least. It's not quite gripping with its twists and turns, and it's quite isolating as a whole. So for me, it didn't quite grip that much. But I can see how it grips other people, especially with a lot of links to Interstellar, with the themes of saving the Earth and interstellar travel, and also the alien talkative part. Only here it's very much more simplified than in Interstellar, where it's more a metaphorical conversation between them. It's a lot less explained, and that is why kind of this movie works on its own. It's because of this distinction, in a sense. Also, I think that Daniel Pemberton's score was quite alright. It's not my favorite work of his. I think what he did with Spider-Verse is much more interesting and playful. Score for me was very fine in the start. I thought it was quite interesting, but like some of the sequences feels like YouTube videos almost, like the playful experiment to understand how this particle works. It's a very light touch, and I get it. It's a very blockbuster format, and it's here to entertain. But for me, it loses a little bit of the cinematic value, even though it's fine. But it's just not my taste, in a sense. But his score becomes a bit flat. It works all the way through, like on a standard, but it's not that interesting as what I would have heard from either Ludwig Göransson or someone else in that sense. And I think his work earlier on is more interesting. When it comes to the direction, it's very well directed. I would say it works very within the realms of what they're trying to make it to work as. Also, the lead performance from Ryan Gosling is really impressive as a whole. He carries this movie, and I think it's very hard to have another actor cast instead of him here and make this movie work. He has so much charisma, and his like kind of nerdy vibe is like excellent. You see a lot of his earlier characters there as well. Yeah, just really well played in general. Sound was really good. I really dug the sound and the sound mix in general. It went like up and down, and it worked really well within that sense. Also, the ending is really good. I feel it makes very much sense. That is like the comedy made in space is what makes him fall in love with life again, in a sense. That worked really well, even though I just feel that thematically the script had much more to go on in general. That when I see a movie, I long for a lot of more spirituality from the script than other people. So in that sense, it's a perfect movie for most people because it keeps you entertained throughout. It has some emotional core, and it's about space. Everybody loves space. Like everybody's favorite movie is fucking Interstellar. So this movie making top 100 is not shocking me one bit, but it's slightly disappointing to have this in the top 100 for my own taste in cinema, in a sense. So overall, to wrap this kind of mini review up, I wasn't bored. I was enjoying the film quite decently. It's not my type of film, but I see a lot of people digging this throughout. The cinematography from Greg Fraser is beautiful as always. It's sad not to see him do Dune, but I'm really excited to see what Linus Sandgren can do with that. So I'm not worried. It's in safe hands. And yeah, it was a fun time at the theater. I have to admit that in some sense. But I'm not a new person. Not at all. So go and see it, make your own opinion, become a cinema nerd, watch movies, I don't know, do something. Get out of here. Bye.